Hi, Alan. I thought it would be best just to film this screenshot to show you some of the issues that have come up when trying to instruct providers how to download Citrix on a Mac. I'm demonstrating it this way to show some of the perils for those who are not adept at computers and who are often getting stuck, so that when physician trainers and others such as myself say, oh, just go to my virtual workplace and download Citrix, it will work fine. Well, hopefully this video shows some of the problems with that. And hopefully from this we can create a better set of instructions and maybe even just use some functions such as this maybe in a YouTube, which might actually be easier for them to use than reading through PDF documents and other things of that sort. Anyways, for the purpose of this video, I already did download Citrix, but I haven't set it up for Centura. So you'll notice that I already have the Citrix receiver on there, and this, by the way, is one of the problems I'll show in a moment. So I'm using Firefox on the Mac. As you may know or recall, Safari does not work with this, and most of the docs don't seem to have the Explorer modules on their Macs. So I've already brought up my virtual workplace. We're instructing them to go to the help menu and to choose accessing Meditech on the Mac, and they're getting this, of course. And they're first going here to download and install Citrix receiver. I already did that. I won't demonstrate it. It goes fairly smoothly. Anyone who routinely downloads software onto their Mac should be able to do that part. Those who are less adept, even that can be difficult, but I won't demonstrate that. So we've downloaded and installed the Citrix receiver as I showed there on the desktop. Then the next step is this link. So I'm going to click on this link, and you'll see it's asking to use an application. If I choose Firefox, this is what happens. Nothing. And a lot of docs have done this and then nothing happens, so they hit OK again, and they hit OK again, and all they keep getting are blank screens here like this. So I'm going to delete those. Then those who are more savvy try a different application, another web browser. So here's Safari, and in Safari it does work, which is interesting. I've already been playing around here, so I'm going to replace the Centura Health account for this demonstration. Now I'm going to go back to the instructions. If you follow these instructions, including this, click on Set up a store, click on the plus, click on Settings, you'll notice that this actually doesn't have any of that. When I clicked on it, here was the plus, it brings up this. Now I get it, the domain is Centura and my username and password, but there's nothing in these instructions here that say that. And for a lot of these providers, they're very objective in their thinking, very black and white. And they need for this thing to say, in the domain, type Centura. They also need for someone to point out that this is a backslash, not a forward slash, which of course is a different keystroke. And then they need instructions that say the username you use for my virtual workplace and the password you use for my virtual workplace. Yes, perhaps intuitive to those of us who are always playing around in here, but for a lot of providers that isn't intuitive at all, and it drives them crazy. So hit the right key, look the other way while I put in my password, please. And now we're going to crank this through, and it's cranking there, and it says add your favorite apps. So the doc goes back over to these instructions. There's nothing here about favorite apps. So anyways, maybe they figure this out. And what? There's nothing there. So click on apps. Oh, there they are. Well, what do I do with them? Again, the instructions don't say anything. So of course, you click on them. And most of them are eventually figuring this part out, but it's pure pain. And then they're like, okay, now what do I do? Again, there isn't much here that tells them what to do. And these screenshots here are not even applicable. Now, from this point, if they get this far, they can figure this out. Because of course it'll start the client server. There's the colorful wheel of death. There it's going. And again, here is the sand timer. It's not going away. I'm not very savvy with computers, but I know nothing happens while the sand timer is on, so I'm going to wait. Nothing's happening. If I'm frustrated, maybe eventually hit the return key. Oh, there's the pin, and there's the sand thing still pouring. Why, why is that? Okay, so I'll pin in. And of course I'm in the Meditech. So I'm going to sign out. Now the one other thing I want to point out in this little demonstration here is Citrix Receiver. This is for the download, and Citrix Receiver, which actually downloaded. In the instructions, there is this business down here about clicking on the Citrix Receiver, and a lot of the docs are going to this, and they're clicking on it, and they're right back to the beginning. I put the actual Citrix Receiver on my desktop, but when you originally download it, this goes into your application file and is not visible from the desktop. So this concludes this video, and I hope it demonstrates some of the difficulties we have in trying to enable our providers to put Citrix on their Macs, and how not intuitive the current instructions are. Hope this helped. Bye.